Good morning, everyone. I want to start today's discussion with a question. How many of you pour a glass of orange juice first thing in the morning, thinking you're doing something healthy for your body? I see it almost every day in my clinic. Orange juice has been a breakfast staple for decades, especially for seniors who are trying to boost their vitamin C intake. It's sweet, refreshing, and seems completely harmless. But over the years, I've noticed something alarming. Many of my patients were drinking orange juice in ways that were actually harming them. Let me tell you a story about my patient, Mrs. Shah. She is 68 years old and came to me complaining of frequent heartburn and sudden energy crashes mid-morning. She was otherwise healthy, walked daily, and ate reasonably well, but she told me she started every day with a full glass of orange juice on an empty stomach. At first, I didn't suspect the juice. Who would think that a natural, vitamin-rich drink could cause problems? But as we went over her routine, the pattern became clear. Her morning glass of juice was doing more harm than good. Why is this happening? The problem lies in timing, quantity, and preparation. Orange juice is acidic and high in natural sugars. When consumed alone, first thing in the morning, it can irritate the stomach lining and spike blood sugar, especially for seniors. And trust me, I've seen this repeatedly in my patients. Another patient, Mr. Ahmed, 72 years old, was experiencing unexplained fatigue and mild bloating. He thought he was being healthy by avoiding soda and drinking orange juice every morning instead. But his sugar spikes were so pronounced that his energy crashed within an hour, and his digestion was constantly irritated. Over the years, I've noticed 5 major mistakes that seniors commonly make with orange juice. And these mistakes are surprisingly widespread, even among people who are otherwise very health conscious. The shocking part is that these habits can affect digestion, blood sugar, weight, and even interfere with medications. And because these mistakes are subtle, many seniors never realize that their daily healthy habit is actually undermining their health. Before we dive into these mistakes, let me share why orange juice isn't as innocent as it seems. The drink is packed with vitamins and antioxidants, yes, but it's also loaded with sugar and acid. Even a small 8-ounce glass contains roughly 25 grams of sugar, which is about the same as a small soda. For seniors whose metabolism and insulin sensitivity can decline with age, this sugar can cause blood sugar spikes, fatigue, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes. I remember Mrs. Khan, 65 years old, who came to me with persistent acid reflux and occasional nausea. She was fit, exercised daily, and avoided junk food, but she had a habit of drinking orange juice immediately after brushing her teeth. She thought it was harmless, a simple way to get her morning vitamin C. After observing her routine and testing her blood sugar, we realized that the juice was triggering her stomach acid and causing her energy crashes. Once she changed the timing and paired it with a light breakfast, her symptoms improved dramatically within a few days. So, what can we learn from these stories? First, orange juice is not inherently bad. It has benefits. It supports the immune system, provides potassium for heart health, and can be a delicious part of a balanced diet. But the key is how and when you drink it. Small adjustments can make a world of difference in energy levels, digestion, and long-term health. Throughout this video, I will guide you step by step through the 5 most common mistakes seniors make with orange juice, sharing real patient examples, medical insights, and practical tips you can start using tomorrow morning. By the end, you'll not only know how to enjoy orange juice safely, but you'll also understand why these small changes can have a big impact on your overall health. Imagine waking up refreshed, having your morning orange juice, and feeling energized without any stomach discomfort or sugar crash. That's exactly what we want to achieve. And the good news is, it doesn't require drastic changes, just awareness and small adjustments to your routine. Now, before we move to the first mistake, let me share one last story. Mr. Farouk, 70 years old, came to me complaining about inconsistent blood pressure readings. He was careful with his diet, exercised regularly, and even monitored his blood pressure at home. But he had a habit of drinking 2 glasses of store-bought orange juice right after waking up, often while taking his morning medications. The result? His blood pressure was erratic and he experienced occasional dizziness. After switching to water with his medications and enjoying just 1 small glass of fresh orange juice after breakfast, his readings stabilized, and he reported feeling more energetic and balanced. These stories show how simple, everyday habits can have real consequences, especially for seniors. And that's why I created this video, to help you avoid these 5 shocking mistakes and truly get the benefits of orange juice without the downsides. So let's start with mistake number 1. Drinking orange juice on an empty stomach, and I'll explain exactly why this can be harmful, with patient examples and practical solutions you can start today. One of the most common mistakes I see among my senior patients is drinking orange juice on an empty stomach. It seems harmless at first. After all, it's just juice, right? But when you look closely, this habit can lead to a variety of digestive and metabolic problems, especially in people over 60. Let me start with the story of Mr. Nasir, 71 years old. He came to me complaining of mid-morning fatigue, bloating, and occasional mild nausea. He was otherwise healthy, had a good diet, and exercised regularly. When I asked about his morning routine, he told me, "Doctor, I start every day with a full glass of orange juice straight from the fridge. It wakes me up and gives me vitamin C." On paper, it sounded like a smart health choice. But when we dug deeper, the picture became clear. Drinking that juice on an empty stomach was causing a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash, which explained his sudden fatigue. The acidity of the juice was also irritating his stomach lining, causing bloating and mild discomfort. Here's the science behind it. Orange juice is acidic, with a pH around 3.5, which is roughly similar to vinegar. When you consume it first thing in the morning, there's no food in your stomach to buffer the acid. Over time, this can irritate the stomach lining, leading to symptoms like heartburn, bloating, or even gastritis in some seniors. Combine that with the sugar content, about 25 to 30 grams per glass, and you get a double effect: acid irritation plus a sugar spike. This is why I always caution seniors against drinking juice alone in the morning. Another patient, Mrs. Rizvi, 67 years old, experienced a slightly different problem. She told me she had been following a healthy routine for years, drinking a large glass of orange juice while reading the morning newspaper. Over time, she noticed that she felt lightheaded and weak about an hour after breakfast. She didn't connect it to her juice habit until we measured her blood sugar and observed that she was experiencing rapid fluctuations, which can be particularly dangerous for seniors with prediabetes or early-stage diabetes. After adjusting her routine, having a small snack like a boiled egg or yogurt before her juice, her symptoms disappeared within a week. Here's what happens physiologically. When you drink orange juice on an empty stomach, the sugar enters your bloodstream almost instantly, causing a spike in insulin. Your body responds by releasing insulin to lower blood sugar, which can sometimes overshoot, leading to a sugar crash. Seniors are particularly sensitive because insulin response and glucose metabolism decline with age. That explains why many of my patients, like Mr. Nasir and Mrs. Rizvi, felt sudden fatigue or dizziness shortly after drinking juice alone. Now, some of you might be thinking, "But I've been drinking orange juice on an empty stomach for years without problems." And that's possible, but the effects are cumulative. Over time, repeated sugar spikes and stomach irritation can contribute to chronic digestive discomfort, inflammation, and insulin resistance. I've seen seniors develop long-term issues, including worsening acid reflux and even weight gain, all from a habit that seemed harmless. So what's the solution? How can seniors enjoy their morning orange juice without these negative effects? Based on my experience with hundreds of patients, I recommend these practical strategies. 1. Pair juice with protein or healthy fats. This is the most effective solution. Protein and healthy fats slow down sugar absorption, preventing blood sugar spikes. For example, Mrs. Fatima, 70 years old, used to drink orange juice alone and felt weak by mid-morning. After pairing her juice with a handful of nuts or a boiled egg, she noticed steady energy levels and no stomach discomfort. You can also pair juice with yogurt or oatmeal, which adds both protein and fiber, further stabilizing blood sugar and reducing acid impact. 2. Wait 15 to 20 minutes after water. If you prefer to drink juice first thing, consider drinking a small glass of water first. This helps dilute stomach acid slightly and primes your digestive system. Many seniors overlook this simple habit, but it makes a noticeable difference. Mr. Farouk, 72, had been struggling with heartburn every morning. He started drinking water first, then a small juice portion 20 minutes later, and the heartburn virtually disappeared. 3. Limit the quantity. Even with food, the amount of juice matters. I usually advise one small glass, around 120 to 150 milliliters. Larger portions are more likely to cause sugar spikes and acid irritation. In my clinic, I've seen patients cut their juice intake in half and experience dramatic improvements in energy and digestion. 4. Choose fresh or cold-pressed juice. Fresh juice retains enzymes and nutrients that are lost in pasteurization. These enzymes help with digestion and can reduce the negative impact on the stomach. Mrs. Shah, 68, switched from store-bought to freshly squeezed juice, paired with her breakfast. Within days, she noticed less bloating and smoother digestion. 5. Consider whole fruit instead. For seniors who are sensitive to acidity or sugar, sometimes the best solution is to eat a whole orange instead of juice. Whole fruit contains fiber, which slows sugar absorption and reduces blood sugar spikes. In my experience, patients who switch to whole fruit feel fuller longer and maintain more stable energy levels. Let me emphasize something important. These adjustments are small, practical changes, not drastic lifestyle shifts. Seniors don't need to give up orange juice entirely, they just need to drink it wisely. Finally, let's talk about why this mistake is so common. Many seniors grew up hearing that orange juice is good for you, and simply never questioned timing and portion size. It's ingrained in breakfast culture, and most people don't associate a natural drink with potential harm. That's why I share these patient stories, to highlight that even healthy habits can go wrong if not practiced mindfully. To recap, drinking orange juice on an empty stomach can cause acid irritation and heartburn, blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, fatigue, dizziness, or lightheadedness, long-term insulin resistance if habitual. And the solutions are: pair with protein, fiber, or healthy fats. Drink water first, then juice after 15 to 20 minutes. Limit portion size to one small glass. Prefer fresh or cold-pressed juice. Consider eating whole fruit instead of juice. By implementing these changes, seniors can enjoy their orange juice safely and start their day energized, without digestive discomfort or sugar crashes. Mistake number 2, choosing store-bought juice over fresh. When it comes to orange juice, another very common mistake I see is seniors relying on store-bought juice instead of fresh. At first glance, this seems convenient and harmless. After all, the label says 100% orange juice, right? But there's more going on behind the scenes than most people realize. Take John, 69, for example. He came to my clinic complaining of frequent bloating and occasional stomach discomfort. John was very health conscious. He avoided sugar, exercised regularly, and ate plenty of fruits and vegetables. Yet every morning he drank a large glass of store-bought orange juice. When we discussed his routine, it became clear that the pasteurized juice he was drinking had lost some of its natural enzymes and vitamin C during processing, which actually made it harder for his body to digest. On top of that, the juice contained traces of added preservatives and sugar, which contributed to his bloating and occasional energy dips. Then there's Mary, 72. Mary switched from fresh juice to a commercially available brand because it was faster in the morning. She loved the taste, but she started noticing her energy levels dropping mid-morning, despite her usual breakfast routine. After we tested her blood sugar after drinking her usual juice, it became clear that the high sugar content and lack of fiber in store-bought juice caused her blood sugar to spike quickly, then crash, leaving her tired and irritable. Here's why this happens. Most commercial orange juices are pasteurized to kill bacteria. While this is important for safety, the heating process destroys some of the natural vitamin C, antioxidants, and digestive enzymes. These nutrients are what make fresh juice so beneficial, particularly for seniors whose immune systems and digestive efficiency naturally decline with age. In addition, the sugar content in many brands, even if it's natural sugar, is often higher than in freshly squeezed juice, which can exacerbate blood sugar spikes. The solution is simple and effective. I usually advise my patients to make juice fresh at home whenever possible. A simple juicer or even a hand squeezer ensures that the juice retains maximum nutrients and enzymes, supporting digestion and immunity. Check labels carefully if you must use store-bought juice. Look for 100% pure juice with no added sugar or preservatives. Avoid from concentrate products whenever possible. Drink immediately after juicing. The longer juice sits, even in the fridge, the more vitamins degrade due to oxidation. John switched to freshly squeezed juice and paired it with a small breakfast. Within a week, his bloating decreased and he felt more energetic. A small change like this makes a big difference. Even seniors who are otherwise diligent about their health can undo their good habits by relying on store-bought juice that has lost its nutritional punch. Finally, a quick tip. If fresh juice isn't possible every day, alternate with whole oranges or other fruits. This keeps your vitamin intake high while avoiding the downsides of commercial juice. To summarize mistake number 2. Store-bought juice can lose nutrients during pasteurization. It may contain added sugar and preservatives, contributing to blood sugar spikes and bloating. The solution: prefer fresh juice, drink immediately, or choose whole fruit as an alternative. Mistake number 3, drinking too much juice. Even when orange juice is fresh and consumed at the right time, drinking too much is a mistake I see frequently in seniors. It sounds counterintuitive. After all, it's natural and full of vitamins, but the problem lies in sugar and acidity. Take Robert, 70, for example. He came to me complaining of weight gain and fatigue over the last few months. Robert exercised daily, ate well, and avoided junk food. Yet every morning he drank 2 full glasses of fresh orange juice, sometimes more if he was feeling thirsty. After reviewing his routine, it was clear. The high natural sugar intake from multiple glasses was causing repeated blood sugar spikes, leading to energy crashes and gradual weight gain. Then there's Susan, 68, who loved her morning juice so much that she replaced her breakfast fruit and sometimes even skipped her meal. She experienced stomach discomfort and mild bloating, which she initially dismissed as just aging. When we tested her glucose response, her blood sugar spiked quickly after her juice, then dropped sharply, leaving her tired and irritable mid-morning. Here's what's happening physiologically. Even though orange juice contains vitamins, the high sugar concentration, about 25 to 30 grams per 8-ounce glass, acts similarly to a soda. Drinking more than 1 glass at a time overwhelms your body's ability to regulate blood sugar, especially for seniors whose insulin sensitivity may already be declining. Over time, this can contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, and fatigue. The acidity also matters. The more juice you drink, the more acid exposure your stomach receives, which can aggravate heartburn or lead to gastric irritation. For seniors with sensitive stomachs, drinking 2 or more glasses at once is often a direct cause of digestive discomfort. So, how do we fix it? Here are the strategies I share with my patients. 1. Limit intake to 1 small glass. I usually recommend 120 to 150 milliliters per day, just enough to enjoy the flavor and benefits without overloading your system. Robert cut his morning intake in half and paired it with a small breakfast, and within 2 weeks he noticed more consistent energy and gradual weight stabilization. 2. Dilute the juice. If you prefer more volume, mix juice with water or sparkling water. This lowers the sugar concentration and reduces acidity, while still giving you the taste you enjoy. Susan tried a 50-50 mix with water, and she noticed less bloating and better digestion. 3. Pair juice with fiber. Eating orange juice alongside fiber-rich foods like oatmeal, whole grain toast, or a handful of nuts slows sugar absorption, preventing blood sugar spikes and crashes. I emphasize this especially for seniors with prediabetes or mild insulin resistance. 4. Treat juice as a supplement, not a meal replacement. Some seniors use juice to replace breakfast or other foods, thinking it's a healthy option. But juice lacks protein and fiber, and drinking too much can backfire. Encourage a balanced breakfast and enjoy juice as a small supplement to your meal. I always tell my patients, it's not about avoiding juice completely, it's about moderation and pairing it correctly. Even healthy habits can cause problems if overdone, especially in seniors. To summarize mistake number 3, drinking too much juice. Multiple glasses increase sugar load, causing energy crashes and potential weight gain. High acidity can irritate the stomach, causing bloating and discomfort. Solutions: limit to 1 small glass, dilute with water if needed, pair with fiber, and don't use juice as a meal replacement. Mistake number 4, ignoring timing for medications. Many seniors think that drinking orange juice in the morning is completely harmless, even when they are taking medications. But I can't stress this enough: timing matters. Orange juice can interact with certain medications, reducing their effectiveness or even causing unexpected side effects. I see this mistake all the time in my practice. Take David, 73. He has been managing high cholesterol for years with a statin. Every morning he would drink a full glass of orange juice while taking his medication. At first, everything seemed fine, but over a few months his cholesterol levels were not improving despite strict adherence to his medication and diet. After a careful review, we discovered the culprit. The orange juice was interfering with how his body absorbed the statin, reducing its effectiveness. By taking the statin with water instead and enjoying his juice 30 minutes later with breakfast, his cholesterol levels started improving, and he felt more energetic overall. Another patient, Linda, 69, was taking a beta blocker for her mild hypertension. She was unaware that orange juice could alter absorption of certain medications. Drinking juice with her pills sometimes caused her blood pressure readings to fluctuate, leaving her concerned and anxious. After adjusting her routine, taking medication with water first and juice later, her blood pressure readings stabilized and she no longer experienced dizziness or fatigue in the mornings. So why does this happen? Orange juice contains compounds called flavonoids and acids that can interfere with certain medications, particularly statins used for cholesterol, beta blockers used for heart conditions, certain antibiotics and blood pressure medications. The interference can either reduce the drug's effectiveness or increase side effects. For seniors, even small variations in medication absorption can have significant consequences. That's why understanding timing is critical. Here's what I recommend to all my senior patients. 1. Always take medications with water. Water is neutral and won't interfere with absorption. Avoid juice, coffee, or milk when taking your morning medications. 2. Wait 30 to 60 minutes before drinking juice. After taking your pill, wait at least half an hour before drinking orange juice. This ensures your medication is absorbed properly before any interaction occurs. 3. Check with your pharmacist or doctor. Some medications have specific instructions regarding juice or food. If you're unsure, always ask your pharmacist or physician. This small step can prevent serious complications. 4. Pair juice with breakfast, not pills. Enjoy your juice with your meal rather than alongside medications. This reduces the risk of interactions while still letting you reap the benefits of fresh orange juice. In my experience, making these small adjustments can prevent frustrating health issues. David and Linda both felt immediate improvements once they followed these steps. Their energy levels stabilized, and their medical conditions were easier to manage, simply by adjusting when they drank their juice. To summarize mistake number 4, ignoring timing for medications. Drinking juice with certain medications can reduce effectiveness or cause side effects. Commonly affected medications include statins, beta blockers, and some antibiotics. Solutions: take medication with water, wait 30 to 60 minutes before juice, check with your doctor, and pair juice with breakfast instead. Mistake number 5, using juice as a sugar replacement. The final mistake I see in seniors' orange juice habits is one that often goes unnoticed: using orange juice as a substitute for sugar or sweets. Many seniors think, I want something sweet in the morning, but I'll have juice instead of a muffin or candy. While this seems healthier, it can actually cause problems when done habitually. Take Karen, 68. Karen came to me complaining of mild weight gain, occasional bloating, and fatigue mid-morning. She told me she was careful to avoid desserts, cakes, and pastries, believing that drinking a large glass of orange juice in the morning was a healthy sweet fix. On the surface, this sounds like a smart choice. But when we looked at her daily routine, the issue became clear. The juice, while natural, contained more sugar than she realized, and drinking it daily as a replacement for other sweets caused blood sugar spikes and insulin fluctuations. Then there's James, 72, who loved to start his day with orange juice instead of breakfast pastries. He thought he was making a better choice, but over time he developed afternoon energy crashes and increased cravings for sweet snacks. By mid-morning he was reaching for candy bars or cookies to top up his energy, creating a cycle of sugar highs and lows. Here's why this happens. Even natural sugar in orange juice behaves similarly to refined sugar when consumed in large amounts or on an empty stomach. For seniors whose metabolism and insulin response are often slower, these sugar spikes can lead to energy crashes, increased appetite for sweets later in the day, weight gain over time, blood sugar instability, especially in pre-diabetic or diabetic seniors. So what's the solution? Based on my experience with patients like Karen and James, here are some practical steps. 1. Limit juice to a small glass. Instead of a full glass or multiple servings, enjoy just 120 to 150 milliliters. This provides vitamin C and flavor without excessive sugar. 2. Pair juice with protein or healthy fats. Pairing juice with yogurt, eggs, or nuts slows sugar absorption and reduces spikes, making it a balanced part of your breakfast. Karen started having her juice with a small omelet, and she reported steady energy and reduced cravings for sweets. 3. Don't replace other foods with juice. Juice should supplement, not replace, other nutrient-rich foods. Whole fruits, vegetables, and fiber-rich breakfasts provide a slower, more sustained release of sugar than juice alone. 4. Spread out sweet intake. If you enjoy juice for sweetness, consider smaller amounts spread throughout the day rather than one large glass at once. James found that having a smaller portion mid-morning paired with a snack like almonds reduced afternoon sugar cravings. 5. Be mindful of total daily sugar. Even natural sugar adds up. Keep track of your total sugar intake, including juice, fruit, and other sweet foods. For seniors managing blood sugar or weight, this simple habit can prevent long-term issues. From my experience, when seniors like Karen and James adjust their juice habits, they notice improved energy throughout the day, reduced cravings for processed sweets, better digestion and less bloating, more stable blood sugar. The key takeaway is that orange juice can be a healthy addition to a senior's diet, but only when consumed mindfully, in moderation, and paired with other nutrients. Using it as a sugar replacement may feel healthy, but it can inadvertently cause the very problems seniors are trying to avoid. To summarize mistake number 5, using juice as a sugar replacement. Substituting juice for sweets may seem healthy but adds sugar quickly. Can cause energy crashes, cravings, and weight gain. Solutions: limit portions, pair with protein or healthy fats, and don't use juice as a meal replacement. Now that we've explored the 5 shocking mistakes seniors commonly make with orange juice, it's time to put everything together. From drinking juice on an empty stomach, choosing store-bought over fresh, drinking too much, ignoring medication timing, to using juice as a sugar replacement, these habits can quietly undermine health, energy, and digestion. But the good news is that small adjustments can make a huge difference. Let me share one final story. Michael, 71, came to my clinic frustrated. He had followed all the healthy rules: fresh orange juice, no soda, regular exercise. Yet he still experienced mid-morning fatigue and occasional bloating. After reviewing his routine, we realized Michael was making several of the mistakes we discussed. He drank too much juice, had it on an empty stomach, and paired it with his morning pills. By applying the changes I recommend, a small glass of fresh juice with breakfast, after medications, and paired with protein, Michael's energy stabilized, digestion improved, and he even noticed better focus and mood during the day. So, what does a safe and effective morning orange juice routine look like for seniors? Based on years of observing patients like Michael, Karen, David, and Linda, here's my recommended approach. 1. Start with water. Begin your morning by drinking a glass of water. This hydrates your body after a night's sleep and prepares your stomach for digestion. 2. Take medications with water. If you're on any prescription medications, always take them with water first. Wait at least 30 to 60 minutes before drinking orange juice to prevent any interactions. 3. Limit orange juice to 1 small glass. Keep your portion to 120 to 150 milliliters. This provides vitamin C, potassium, and flavor without overloading your system with sugar or acid. 4. Pair with breakfast. Include protein, fiber, and healthy fats alongside your juice. Examples: eggs, yogurt, whole grain toast, or a handful of nuts. This slows sugar absorption, prevents energy crashes, and reduces stomach irritation. 5. Choose fresh juice or whole fruit. Whenever possible, opt for freshly squeezed juice or eat a whole orange. Fresh juice retains more vitamins and enzymes, while whole fruit adds fiber for better digestion and blood sugar stability. 6. Avoid using juice as a sweet replacement. Enjoy orange juice for its nutrients and taste, not as a substitute for other foods or sweets. Moderation is key to maintaining stable energy and healthy weight. Let's recap the 5 mistakes with quick tips. Mistake solution. 1. Drinking on an empty stomach. Pair with breakfast or a small snack. 2. Choosing store-bought over fresh. Prefer fresh juice or whole fruit. 3. Drinking too much. Limit to 1 small glass. 4. Ignoring medication timing. Take meds with water first, wait 30 to 60 minutes. 5. Using juice as a sugar replacement. Pair with protein/fiber, don't replace meals. By following these guidelines, seniors can enjoy all the benefits of orange juice without the drawbacks: better digestion, stable energy, improved focus, and overall health. Before we end, I want to leave you with a final thought. Small, daily habits make the biggest difference as we age. Something as simple as how you drink orange juice can impact your energy, digestion, and blood sugar. I encourage all my patients, and now you, to be mindful, enjoy your juice responsibly, and make these small adjustments part of your routine. Remember, health is cumulative. Every smart choice, no matter how small, adds up over time. Drinking orange juice the right way is one small change that can make your mornings energizing, comfortable, and truly healthy. Thank you for watching, and I hope this guide helps you enjoy your mornings safely while reaping all the benefits of orange juice. Stay healthy, stay mindful, and enjoy every sip.